What is up, guys? As you can see, today we're back with another Honor of Kings video, and today I'll be showing you Maloch in this game. And Maloch in this game is actually Lubu. It's Maloch's kit, but it is Lubu. His name is Lubu, and he looks just like Lubu, etc. But I don't really know why they changed it for Arena of Valor, where they made this guy a demon and they changed it to change the other guy to Lubu. But anyway, so you can see he's already completely destroying this Violet in lane, ends up getting ganked by the support and the Nakrof here. Also, so this guy, I couldn't really check the rank, but I checked parts of the video and he plays very well. And you can see he does the, if you guys didn't know, it's the same in Arena of Valor. The range of the S1 is further if you do it sideways. Like the range to the front, like it's not really a half circle, it's elliptical, you know? So you should always try to do it in a 90-degree angle. It has like a tiny, maybe 2 millimeters of range more. And so he's doing that all the time. So I assume, and in the title, it said that he's one of the best Malochs on the server, like top 10. So anyway, and I'm showing you this hero. It is not really a super exciting hero to play or watch in Arena of Valor, but in this game it is, because the way the damage and stuff works in this game is just very different. So you can actually go full crit, full damage with this hero, and it's the preferred way to play him. Like you'll see his end item build will be like a small, maybe one tank item, and then it will be Claves, it will be Fenrir's, and it will be a crit item we don't really have. It's kind of like Slick's Sting, but it's a little bit, it has a different passive. It's not, I think it's a damage reduction, something like that, but I'm not entirely sure. But it's essentially, it's an attack speed and crit item. So that is his full item build. So it's really, and the Death Sickle, of course. So it is really fun to watch this hero. And you can see here, he is already getting pressured very heavily. This hero is really not good against an ADC, especially not against Violet, because she can always dodge your S1 with her roll. So you will see him go back very often, but it is not an issue because we can just skip ahead to skip the boring parts. But anyway, so as I said, the Violet should not have died against him level 1, because she can just dodge his S1 with her S1. But yeah, also something to mention, they buffed the shield of this hero a couple months back, and it ended up making the shield like a 3000 health shield late game. So what ended up happening is that most people would start maxing the shield first, and this guy is not doing it, because I assume he's just snowballing early now. But usually in most games you would max the shield first. So and you don't even lose that much damage on the S1, because in this game it's a little bit different. You use the S1 for damage, but you mainly want to just get the crit passive, and then just not crit, the true damage passive, and then just crit people down. And this team fight is absolutely beautiful. You can see he ults down, flickers onto the Violet immediately, cleaves everyone, and just, yeah, you can see he just wrecks everyone with the true damage. His Quillen follows up, very well played by her as well. And also another difference that they added a couple months ago to this hero is whenever he lands with his ult, he already does a cleave. It's similar to the Maloch we had in the Mayhem mode, if you tried that, in the 10v10 mode. There he also, when he lands, he does a cleave. However, the cleave does not trigger his passive. As you saw there, you still have to do the S1 to trigger the passive, but and it's like an AoE around him. It's not just in front of him. So, but it is pretty similar to the way we had it in Mayhem. So that's really cool. I'm sure they were inspired by this change where they designed Maloch for Mayhem. But anyway, so you can see he's already 113. He's doing pretty well. He has a lot of gold, but he is still getting destroyed by the Violet in lane. There's just not much he can do. so I will skip ahead a little bit because he will be mostly farming. But you'll see I skipped, before I started recording this video, I checked out a little bit of the gameplay of him, and this video, this gameplay was really nice because it's like a very close late game game where he does most of the work for his team. So, but we'll see if he ends up winning. Anyway, you can see here, I skipped ahead a little bit too much. He ends up getting attacked by the Nakrov, but he just does so much damage. He S1s, he flickers while he's landing, as you can see here. He flickers during that AoE around him to just absolutely demolish these two enemies. And now he's just trying to kite away, and he actually manages to do so with the S1 heal and the S2 shield, of course. And this game, I can't really show you guys this game how big the shield gets because he's not maxing it, but late game I'm sure you'll see it's absolutely enormous. If you hit 3 to 4 people in a team fight, it's just crazy big. So it's actually very similar to AoV. I tried doing that once, but it's just not viable enough yet to where it's better than the S1, I feel like, maxing, because as I said, they buffed the late game shield by like 1000 in this game, in the late game, so it is for sure worth to do that. I will skip ahead a little bit again because he's just farming. That's the way of side lane, of course. It's not always the most action-packed role. Most of the time you are just clearing that wave, farming. You have your 1v1, but if it is a Maloch against here, he just goes so deep. She has to flicker away. Very well played. He just goes in, forces the flicker. That is just absolutely insane damage. That's exactly what Maloch does in this game. Look at this 700. He didn't even crit. It just did 700 true damage as an auto attack. And we'll have to check his items if he checks the scoreboard once. But I'm sure he already, I see him buy AD. Yeah, he already has the Fenrir. He bought Gilligreaves into Mail of Pain and straight into the Fenrir. That's his second item. He already completed it. So that's why you saw that he just did a 700 damage auto attack without crit to the support. So imagine that would crit. It would be like a 2000 damage crit as soon as he gets his claves. So it's just ridiculous. I think now he's building a Death Sickle probably, but we will see. Death Sickle, of course, on this hero is really good as well. It's good in AoV as well. In AoV you probably don't have room and it's not as good to build AD. You can still build a Fenrir in AoV, pretty much everyone does it, but it's more of a late game item. And but in this game you just heal way more. With the S1 you have a bigger shield, so if you survive with that 1 HP on Death Sickle, you can just shield, S1 again, heal so much, and you will truly survive the team fight after that. And it's not just like a 1 second longer. Here he tries to ult in, but he ends up actually hitting them. They walk back into it, and you can see the crits. I mean the true damage again. He S1 flickers, but unfortunately gets crit by the Nakrov. Of course, you can see he's way squishier in this game than he is in Arena of Valor because they choose to build him that way. I think he's actually going for a Claves next because he would have already completed the Death Sickle. No, he was going for a Death Sickle, never mind. But he built one small AD item for some reason. And now he's just back to clearing the wave. And he has the Death Sickle available now. So for the next team fight we might get to see a huge pop-off. Because if he drops low, he will still be able to survive it. And now he's probably just gonna clear the top wave. He decides to stay with his team, lets the wave push into their side of the map for now. And probably just lets the Quillen clear it because the Quillen is faster at joining back into the team fight. And that's exactly what he does. He's just chilling with his team right now. He's trying to be here in case the enemies go for Slayer, but the enemy support gets caught out. He instantly flickers onto the mage again, and just, it's so much damage, as you can see. Oh, but the mage actually got away. If you can see it here, I thought she got hit by the S1 and died, but you can see at the death timer, she teleported away. That is, of course, I hope it doesn't load now. That is, of course, the teleport support there that he is playing against. Okay, sorry guys, just had to cut out a little bit of loading time. The internet gets scuffed sometimes, but it's fine. You can see the Quillen is just going for a Violet, doesn't end up getting her, and I think she will lose her life. Yep, she does, to the Necrof following up. It is currently a 3v4 on the map right now, so you can see his team is not performing too well. He is 5-2 and 4. It is pretty decent stats for a side laner. Of course, it is not really surprising that he doesn't have like a 100% kill participation as a side laner. As I said, you mostly just clear the waves, but we'll see how they handle this now, because the enemies have the Slayer minions pushing in, and it is still it is a 3v5 actually now. He completes his claves now, so he does a ridiculous amount of damage if he manages to get a crit, and his teammates are respawning, so he might think about engaging now, because he hit a huge power spike. His mage just used her ult, I believe, so he might decide to wait. The enemy support just ported everyone back to base to make them reset, replenish their health, and ported them back to the fray, so her ult is not available, and he just ends up going in, hits both carries beautifully with that ult, and probably just gonna kill her with 2 auto attacks exactly. And you can see the 2k damage, S1 true damage onto the Mina, but he is not able to pursue. The enemy support just runs in a little bit too far. She ends up surviving though. She tried to pour back. Now it seems like she's a huge noob, kind of, but she mistimed it a little bit. If she poured it back a little bit earlier, she would have gotten away. But you can see he just keeps critting everyone, and he flickers in to crit the Necrof and kill him, but the Necrof had Death Sickle, so a little bit of a mistake on his part, not checking the items. But it is actually okay. The Necrof has a revive now, and he times the revive very well there. I think Necrof didn't have the chance, and you can see there he buys his Slick Sting item. Now he's completely juiced up, pretty much, I don't know, like with Arcana probably around 60-55% crit, a lot of crit damage, Fenrir's. He pretty much just one-shots people now, and this is truly the usual build. Like most people, even if they don't snowball on Maloch in this game, they just buy these items most of the time. Maybe 2 defensive items at max, and everything else is pretty much defensive. Also, Death Sickle is kind of a defensive item. Anyway, so seems like they still need to win one more team fight. The enemies just lost the base tower, but they still seem to be in control because his team is just not defending their jungle, not getting the vision too well. But it seems like, yeah, the enemies also get the dragon, so now of course the dragon is already the empowered one, so they have a bonus damage on their heroes now, so it will be really hard to win the next team fight, I assume. He will have to hit at least 1 carry again with his ult. We'll see if he will be able to. He just pre-ordered the revive item, so we'll see if he will be able to sell the Death Sickle after it procs. If he has fast enough fingers, I hope he will, because he might need it this team fight. He only has 1k gold, so he can't just sell the Death Sickle now and buy the Blade of Eternity, because he wouldn't have enough gold after that to do the item swap during the team fight. So he has to do it this way, unfortunately. Which is of course way harder, because you only have 1 second with the Death Sickle to do it. And you can see the 2k damage crits on minions without the S1 true damage. So If he gets a little bit lucky, not even that lucky, he has around 50-60% crit. But if he gets those crits during a team fight, he will even kill Nina really fast. Because at this point, his auto attacks do more damage than his S1. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit again. The enemies are just trying to pressure the towers, but they are not able to. And now we will see if a team fight breaks out. Now the enemies are all grouped up mid. The Slayer minion is pushing in. Violet is trying to push these towers, but she just can't approach because the mage they have is similar to the Sun Mage that we'll be getting in Arena of Valor. It's kind of similar, it has a similar ult. So he just goes in here, he sells the... Okay, this is crazy. He decides to engage here, he sells the boots during his ult, sells it for the Blade of Eternity, and doesn't even need it, he just completely wipes the team fight. We can look at it again. We can look at the whole team fight again and see why they all died. They pretty much die during his ult, so I think Yorn just kills the Mina that dives him, because of course Yorn late game is huge damage. The Quillen just kills the support and the ADC, and he didn't even have to do that much. But it looked cool. He sold an item while he was jumping in Maloch ult. So yeah, not bad. Here he's telling his team. Now this is always what makes me think it's high elo, when they use the dictation feature. Because I never seen anyone use dictation except for like really high ranked players. But the way some of the enemies are playing makes me think that it's not super high rank like the support. But anyway, that was a really nice game. He managed to pretty much solo carry 2 to 3 team fights there. The last team fight, his team had a lot of goals, so they were able to do well. And yeah, but the 2 team fights ago, he completely solo carried, hit 2 enemy carries with the ult. I think you could say Violet could have probably dodged it, but anyway, he still did really well. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, leave a like. And if you have any suggestions for more videos, please let me know. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, boys. Bye-bye.